Hi, I'm Amy from Get Busy Gardening, and today I'm going to show you how to hand pollinate amaryllis flowers. Please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more, and then check out the description to find out more detailed information. Hand pollinating amaryllis flowers is really easy, and it only takes a couple of minutes. Once the flowers are pollinated, then you'll get tons of seeds that you can plant or share with your friends. Before you can pollinate your amaryllis flowers, you have to wait until the flowers are fully open and mature. Don't wait too long though, because once they start to die and fade off, that means pollination probably won't be successful. I'm not going to dive into the full anatomy of an amaryllis flower here. There are two main parts of the flower that you have to worry about. The first part is called the anther. And this is the part at the top of the long stalks that extend out of the middle of the flower. And the second part is called the stigma. And that's the longest stem that sticks out all the way in the center of the flower. Before pollination can happen, both the anthers and the stigma must be fully open and mature. You'll know they're ready when you see yellow, powdery pollen at the very tips of the anthers. Step one is to gather the pollen from the anthers. To do this, you can simply use your finger or a small paintbrush or even a cotton swab if you don't want to get your fingers dirty. Alternatively, you could cut off the anthers and use those to pollinate the flower. Step two is to cover the stigma with pollen. Once your finger is covered with pollen, rub it on the very tip of the white stigma. The goal is to transfer as much pollen as you can onto the stigma. So take a few seconds to thoroughly rub around at the end of the stigma, but be very gentle with it. You don't want to damage or break it, or it might not pollinate. Step three is to fully cover all of the flower stigmas with as much pollen as you can. Touch every one of the anthers and get as much pollen onto the stigma as you can. The more pollen you get on there, the better the chances of successful pollination. If there's more than one flower, you can go from flower to flower. Keep going back and forth until the stigma is covered in pollen. The tip of the stigma should be yellow once you're done. Step four is to check to see if pollination worked. You'll know within a week or so if the pollination was successful. If the flowers were pollinated, the very base of the flower will start to swell and grow larger after the flowers die and fade away. If it didn't work, that flower stem will not swell and the flower will just fall off, leaving an empty stem behind, which will eventually turn brown and shrivel up. If pollination was successful, then leave the pod on the plant until it turns brown and breaks open. Then you can collect the seeds and save them for later or share them with friends. Now you know how to pollinate your amaryllis flowers. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more.